you know, milk them and stuff like that, because back in Moldova, that is the cheapest option you have. It doesn't really get any closer than this. This machine is exactly what I needed for my business.
It's just so much easier with equipment.
What's up, you guys? Andre here with Jack of All Trades. It is currently 7 a.m. and we have a very interesting day ahead of us. I'll tell you guys all about it here shortly, but first we got to finish getting some def and diesel for the truck, head out to the landfill, dump a dump trailer worth of junk. We had a very busy day yesterday. I didn't end up recording it, but we went to 5 people's homes yesterday. 2 were estimates. Hopefully we end up getting those jobs. Well, I know 1 person already confirmed, but 3 jobs were completed yesterday. It was 2 junk removal. The 3 jobs I ended up completing yesterday were not big by any means, but honestly they added up to a pretty nice payday. The first job was $325, the next one was $150, and then we had another one for $125. So they were all very quick in and outs, except the $325 one. I helped a customer assemble a shelf and a workbench, which was super easy. She had them already boxed up, brand new order. I just literally read the instructions, put them together real quick, and then I was done. The customer was very happy. I don't really like assembling furniture, but when the customer is willing to pay me for it, I'll definitely take it, because I typically try to average around $100 an hour assembling it, so that's not bad in my opinion. I'm looking forward to seeing what this dump fee is gonna cost, because the junk I have in here is very light, so it should be pretty cheap. This guy's over here unloading some construction debris. Let's see what they got going on. You guys do demolition? No?
No. My son's did demolition and
your son does demolition?
Yeah, no, not my son. I'm gonna clean the house.
You clean houses?
He buy, yeah.
Oh, your son buys them and you fix them up?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Right.
Let's drive forward. Everything should slide down, no problem, because it's not wet. All done, quick and easy, gotta love it. Now we just gotta go ahead and see how much this is gonna cost. I just paid the dump fee and it was only $13.50. The lady that was charging me was like, dang, that's a nice way to start the day off. And I was like, you know it. I'm currently about 10 minutes away from my house. Once I get home, I'm gonna load up the mini skid steer and actually take both of my buckets to this job, because we're gonna be cleaning some animal houses. And the lady that contacted me only contacted me because I have a mini skid steer, and she said it looks like it can fit through the doors of her barns and basically scoop out this junk. So that's why we're grabbing both buckets, because I'm not sure if my 42-inch tube bucket is going to be able to fit. But this is going to be a very cool job for me, because I haven't done this type of work since we moved to the US. Once my family moved to the US when I was like 8 years old, we ended up renting an apartment until I moved out basically at 18 years old. My parents and my little brothers and actually little sister still live in the apartment right now, but I have 3 older siblings that moved out. My sister, she's married, my brother's married, and then obviously I'm married as well too, so I'm like the 3rd child. But I'm the only one that really moved out of California. All my other family is still living over there, which kind of sucks. They don't want to leave. Another thing that is super crazy to me is how expensive it actually is to live on a farm in the United States of America and actually have animals and, you know, milk them and stuff like that. Because back in Moldova, that is the cheapest option you have. So poor people basically live on farms and they survive off their animals. But here in America, it's the complete opposite.
See that post right there?
Yeah, I do.
That's where we're gonna start.
Okay, perfect. Gotta stay hydrated. All this hay needs to basically get removed?
Yes. In this barn, the ground, it's too wet.
It's too wet to mow it?
That the other day, and the mower was sliding down the hill. So
Yeah, gotcha.
we didn't want to.
Yeah, we've been getting a ton of rain.
It's just crazy. That tree, and then just start dumping. And then
Is there any potholes that I need to be aware of?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Gates there over there, I think are like 42.
42. We might have to use the smaller bucket on those because this is 42 inches, so we'll see how it goes. Definitely smells like money, but I love this smell. Look at all these worms over here. Perfect for fishing, man. Maybe I need to collect them. little too wet. My machine is straight up sliding around here, which kinda sucks. I thought it would be very dry. The customer did tell me like we can wait a little longer, but I was like, nah, it should be fine. Can't even get out. Gotta disconnect and push it. It's going a little bit slower than I anticipated, but the machine's getting it done. Just I can't get everywhere with the bucket. As you guys seen, I ended up pushing a couple dead branches and trees out of the way. They were very small, nothing crazy, but that's just so I can get through and not have the branches hit me while I'm trying to push it as far into the woods. This stuff is very, very compacted. It is old. It doesn't really get any closer than this. This machine is exactly what I needed for my business. I mean, look at this, guys. I tackle so many jobs with this thing. It's awesome. The rest of that is good hay, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna scoop that out. Even this is pretty good, but it's got some poop mixed in it, so I'm gonna take it out. This is so tight, like I gotta duck down to get in here, man. Super itchy right now. Either I hit some red ants or something. Hopefully not poison ivy though in the woods, because this whole area is like very itchy. So I'm gonna put some alcohol or sanitizer on it or something. Okay, so just scrape out the outside. Yeah, that's easy.
Yes. We're just going to scrape that out and haul it off. Do you think that you could just pull up to that chicken house door and dump?
Just dump it right here?
Over here, and we have a scoop.
Yeah.
You could just dump it right in the door and I could just rake it back. A foot deep. So you just see the waste hay on top. There was a wasp nest in there earlier. I think I got it. It's
Okay.
here, right. Lot's gonna have to come out of here.
Have you measured this gate to see how big it was?
Yes.
How big is it?
I want to say it was 42 or 45.
Okay, then I'll be able to fit
I
in
measured all the openings.
there. Okay, but you need all of it removed to the dirt?
Yes. Whatever you can get.
Yeah, I'll do what I can. It's just very tight, even with turning around with a small machine in here. You have another house right there. It's active right now.
Got wasp on it?
Yeah.
There's some right here as well.
Spray it.
The 42-inch bucket barely fits inside that shed, but when I'm turning around and stuff, I'm tapping walls too much and I don't want to break them. So what I'm going to do is put the small bucket on and probably make a pile over there. Once I get everything out, come back, hook up to the bigger bucket and haul it all back here much quicker. This barn right here is definitely going to be a challenge because there is like no room for me to come in here and turn around. The only way I can really come in is this way. If we could take down a whole wall and just drive in and scoop it out, it would go by super quick because it's pretty flat, but the access just is not there. job right here got me cooking, but I'm getting it done. I got a pretty big pile out here that I need to start moving to the back. It's a grind. I expected the machine to be able to do all of it, but unfortunately it is too tight. Okay.
Put it in that pile and then that'll be good.
Okay, sounds good. So this is exactly what it's gonna look like for the goats?
Yeah, that's the lime. And then, you know, next week I'll be able to come down with the flat rake and just rake it out. But over the winter, the hay that I feed in there will end up filling up in here. So.
What's that right there?
Goat minerals. We opted to just spend all our money on goats. That's what goats are for, something for money.
Really? They're not money makers? How do you have a hose from the house all the way here? Did you run it underground?
Yes.
Oh, you even have some babies, huh?
We had 4 this year, but I only bred a few goats. And then...
Oh, they're so cute.
So those two right there were born in like March.
These are gorgeous. You know all of their names?
I do.
Wow.
My husband's like, we need to tag them. We had 2 goats that were tagged at that time. I said, okay, what goat is number 14? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, if you can't remember their tags, how are you going to remember their names?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
This is awesome, though. I love it.
That's Mary. That's Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart?
Yeah, my grandson named
That's a good name.
Tate. The other grandson named her. He's the oldest one, and he was our first goat that was born here. It's Tippy, or Tootsie Toes, Tippy Toes, Twinkle Toes. Just so much easier with equipment.
Yeah, I think the goats will be happy, right?
I think so. They're already nosing around, checking out all the barns.
It is almost 100 degrees out here in Georgia today, plus it's humid out, so moving animal manure is no joke. I was talking to the customer to see if she ended up getting any other prices from people around, and she said she did. She had another guy that was charging $125 an hour, and he had a 4-hour minimum, but every time she was gonna have him come out, he couldn't end up making it. So she found me eventually. I came out, and she ended up paying me $150 per hour. This job took 4 hours, but then she ended up giving me an extra 100 on top because she was like, I didn't expect you to rake that stuff, but because you helped me out, here's 700 bucks. So I'll definitely take that. It was a good job in my opinion. I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. If you guys enjoyed this content, please don't forget to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.